Hello, listen to me. I want to ask you one simple question. Are you ready? Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to put in the work when nobody else believes in you? Are you ready to push past the pain, the doubts, the excuses? Because if you're not ready, then nothing's gonna change. You gotta be ready to fight for your dreams every single day. You see, being ready means more than just saying you want it. Being ready means you're willing to sacrifice comfort, sleep, and social distractions. Being ready means waking up early when your body says rest. Being ready means working harder than everyone else, even when you're tired and discouraged. Are you ready to be disciplined? Are you ready to be patient? Are you ready to fail and get back up again? Because success only comes to those who are ready to endure the struggle. So I ask you again, are you ready? If your answer is yes, then get up, get moving, and don't stop until you reach your goal. Saying you are ready is more than just words. It's a declaration of your willingness to step into action. Readiness is the moment when you stop dreaming and start doing. It means that you have made the choice to move beyond the comfort of wishing and are committed to putting in the work no matter how hard it gets. When you say, I'm ready, it's not just about feeling prepared emotionally or mentally. It's about preparing yourself to take relentless action day after day. Readiness is an active state, not a passive feeling. Many people say they want success. They say they're ready for change. But when the time comes to do the actual work, they hesitate. They procrastinate. They find excuses. True readiness demands discipline. It demands you to show up when your body is tired, when your mind is begging for rest, and when everyone else around you is relaxing or giving up. Being ready means you don't wait for motivation or the perfect moment. Instead, you create that moment through your effort. The reality is motivation is fleeting, but discipline is what carries you through when motivation fades. Readiness means setting clear goals and then committing to the small daily habits that build toward those goals. It's about consistency, about doing the work even on days you don't feel like it. The truth is there will always be obstacles, distractions, and moments when you feel like quitting. But readiness is the voice inside that says, keep going. This is what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to follow through. It's about honoring your word to yourself. You build readiness by showing up every day, even when you don't want to, even when it's uncomfortable. When you say you're ready, you also accept that action requires sacrifice. You're ready to give up late nights spent scrolling or phone. You're ready to say no to parties, social events, or anything that doesn't align with your vision. You're ready to sacrifice comfort because you know comfort won't get you closer to your dreams. Readiness means you understand that growth and success require paying a price, and you are willing to pay it. The price is the hard work, the discipline, and the perseverance that separate those who reach their goals from those who only talk about them. Being ready means you're prepared to face failure. It's not a question of if you will fail, but when. Readiness is having the mindset that failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. You're ready to make mistakes and keep pushing forward. That's why readiness is not just a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment to get up, dust yourself off, and try again with even more determination. The people who succeed are not those who never fail, but those who refuse to quit. Readiness also means having a clear plan, but being flexible enough to adapt when things don't go as expected. You must be ready to change tactics without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Sometimes the path you plan won't work, and you'll have to find a new way forward. If you're not ready to pivot or change, you'll get stuck. But if you're ready, you'll see every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. In the moments before action, it's easy to feel doubt or fear. These feelings are natural, but readiness means acknowledging those emotions without letting them control you. It means recognizing that fear and doubt are signals that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's a good thing. The ready person uses fear as fuel, turning it into motivation rather than allowing it to stop them. You push through discomfort because you know the reward is on the other side. True readiness demands mental toughness. It means training your mind to stay focused on the goal, to ignore distractions, and to keep working when others have given up. Mental toughness grows when you consistently challenge yourself and refuse to settle for less than your best. Readiness means you don't let negative thoughts, self-doubt, or criticism derail your progress. Instead, you replace those thoughts with affirmations of your strength and purpose. Readiness is also about time management. You become ready when you learn to prioritize your tasks and focus on what moves you forward. Saying I'm ready means you are ready to cut out time wasters and be intentional with every minute of your day. When you start treating time as your most valuable resource, your productivity and results skyrocket. Being ready means you protect your time like a treasure because you know it's the fuel for your success. Another important part of readiness is preparation. You prepare your environment, your schedule, and your mindset so that when it's time to act, you can perform at your best. Preparation means setting yourself up for success by organizing your resources, gathering knowledge, and practicing the skills you need. You can't just show up unprepared and expect to win. Readiness is about doing the groundwork so that when opportunity knocks, you're already ready to open the door and step through. Readiness also means surrounding yourself with the right people. When you say you're ready, you recognize that your environment affects your ability to stay on track. You seek out those who support your vision, who challenge you to grow, and who inspire you to be better. You distance yourself from negativity, distractions, and anyone who doubts your ability to succeed. Your readiness is strengthened by the community you build around yourself. At its core, readiness is a mindset and a lifestyle. It's not about waiting until you feel 100% prepared, because that moment may never come. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. There will always be unknowns, risks, and fears. But readiness is about deciding to move forward anyway. It's about starting before you're perfect and improving along the way. The people who change their lives are not those who wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment by choosing readiness every single day. In the end, readiness separates the dreamers from the doers. It separates those who watch life pass by from those who take control and create their own future. When you say you're ready, you're stepping into your power. You're saying you're done with excuses, done with waiting, and done with settling. You're saying that no matter what, you will act, you will endure, and you will rise. So are you ready? Ready to do the work, to face the struggle, to sacrifice comfort, and to keep going no matter what. Because readiness is not just about wanting, it's about proving it. It's about proving. It's about action, discipline, and unshakable commitment. And once you are truly ready, nothing can stop you. Sacrifice is one of the most difficult but essential parts of any journey towards success. And understanding that sacrifice is necessary is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short. When you commit to a goal, you must recognize that the path won't be easy. And that means giving up certain things along the way. Sacrifice is not about losing. It's about making conscious choices to give up something lesser today for something greater tomorrow. It's the willingness to let go of immediate pleasure, comfort, and convenience to invest in your future. Most people struggle with sacrifice because they focus only on what they lose, not on what they gain. They look at sacrifice as deprivation or punishment, and that mindset creates resistance. But true sacrifice is an act of power. It is the decision to delay gratification so you can build a life of fulfillment, achievement, and purpose. The people who get ahead understand that they cannot hold on to every comfort or distraction and still expect to rise to the top. They know that every success story involves hard choices, late nights instead of parties, early mornings instead of extra sleep, saying no to mindless entertainment instead of wasting time scrolling a phone. The sacrifice is also deeply connected to discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Sacrifice means being willing to give up temporary comfort for long-term gain. Together, they create the foundation of every great achievement. Without sacrifice, discipline becomes weak because you'll always look for an easier way out. When you accept that sacrifice is necessary, you strengthen your resolve and make it easier to say no to distractions and temptations that don't align with your goals. One of the biggest sacrifices you will have to make is in how you spend your time. It means giving up hours of leisure, social media, or entertainment to invest in your skills, your health, or your career. It means prioritizing your goals over momentary pleasures. When you make this choice, you create space for growth and progress. Sacrifice often means losing social acceptance or approval, and that can be one of the hardest parts. When you decide to chase a dream, Not everyone will support you. Some friends might not understand why you don't join them for fun or why you have to work when others are relaxing. You might hear criticism, doubt, or even feel lonely. Sacrifice means being willing to stand alone if necessary and keep going despite what others say. The sacrifices you make might temporarily isolate you, but they build strength and focus that will pay off in the future. Financial sacrifice is another reality for many people chasing their dream. You might have to cut back on spending, lie with less, or work multiple jobs to fund your goals. Sacrificing financial comfort is challenging because it creates stress and uncertainty. But it also teaches you valuable lessons about budgeting, patience, and perseverance. People who succeed often live below their means, save aggressively, and invest wisely, all forms of sacrifice that require foresight and self-control. Sacrifice also means giving up certain habits or addictions that hold you back. Whether it's unhealthy eating, procrastination, negative thinking, or bad relationships, you must be ready to cut out anything that drains your energy or distracts you from your purpose. This kind of sacrifice is about cleansing your life so you can operate at your highest level. It's uncomfortable because it means facing your weaknesses and making tough changes, but it's necessary for growth. At the core of sacrifice is the ability to delay gratification. We live in a world of instant rewards and quick fixes, which makes sacrifice more difficult. The temptation to take the easy road, to give in to immediate pleasure, is constant. But those who understand the power of sacrifice realize that true success requires patience and the willingness to endure discomfort for a longer lasting reward. Sacrifice means choosing the long-term prize over short-term satisfaction. Sacrifice also builds character. When you willingly give up something valuable to you for the sake of your future, you develop strength, resilience, and integrity. You learn what you're truly made of. These qualities cannot be bought or faked. They are forged through the hard choices you make every day. Sacrifice teaches you to value what really matters and to appreciate the journey as much as the destination. Another important aspect is understanding that sacrifice is temporary, but the rewards are permanent. The nights you spend working instead of partying, the mornings you wake up early instead of sleeping in, the money you save instead of spending. These sacrifices don't last forever, but the foundation they create will support your success for a lifetime. Remembering that the discomfort is only temporary helps you push through tough times. Sacrifice is not just about what you give up. It's about what you create. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to focus. When you say no to instant gratification, you say yes to delayed success. When you say no to comfort, you say yes to growth. Sacrifice shapes your identity as someone who is serious about their goals and willing to do whatever it takes. The willingness to sacrifice also inspires others around you. When people see your commitment and the choices you make, it motivates them to raise their own standards. Sacrifice creates a ripple effect. It influences your family, your friends, and your community by showing what dedication and hard work look like in practice. But sacrifice is not about deprivation or self-punishment. It's about prioritizing what matters most. It's about choosing your dreams over distractions. It's about aligning your actions with your vision. When you truly understand sacrifice, you start to see it as an investment in your future, your happiness, and your legacy. There will be moments when sacrifice feels overwhelming. You might question if it's worth it. You might feel tired, frustrated, or lonely. Those moments are normal. The difference between those who succeed is the ability to push through those feelings and keep moving forward. Remember why you started. Remember your purpose. Remember your purpose. Remember the future you're working to build. Sacrifice is a constant in the journey of growth. It doesn't end once you reach a goal. As you climb higher, the sacrifices may change, but they remain necessary. Every new level requires new commitments, new challenges, and new sacrifices. The key is to keep your eyes on the prize and stay willing to pay the price. Ultimately, embracing sacrifice means taking control of your life. It means choosing your future over your past. It means being the master of your own destiny. When you accept sacrifice as part of your journey, you free yourself from excuses and distractions. You become unstoppable because you know that every sacrifice you make is bringing you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. So if you want to succeed, Be prepared to sacrifice. Be willing to give up what's comfortable and easy. Be ready to work harder, longer, and smarter than everyone else. Because sacrifice is not the enemy of success. It's the gateway. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. And those who cross it with courage and commitment will find themselves living a life others only imagine. Mental toughness is the foundation that supports every great achievement. It is the inner strength that keeps you moving forward when obstacles arise, when the pain is intense, and when the world seems to be against you. Mental toughness is not something you are born with. It is something you develop over time through experience, discipline, and a conscious choice to refuse to give up. It is the difference between those who quit at the first sign of trouble and those who push through adversity to reach their goals. When you face challenges, your mental toughness determines how you respond. Will you crumble under pressure, or will you stand firm and keep fighting? Mental toughness means having the resilience to bounce back after failure, to learn from mistakes and to grow stronger with each setback. It's about refusing to let negativity, doubt, or fear control your actions. Instead, you take control of your mindset and use every challenge as an opportunity to improve. One of the key elements of mental toughness is self-belief. You must have unwavering confidence in your ability to overcome difficulties and achieve your goals. This confidence doesn't mean ignoring reality or being arrogant. It means trusting your skills, your preparation, and your capacity to adapt. When you believe in yourself, you are more likely to take risks, persevere through hardship, and maintain focus even when distractions try to pull you away. Mental toughness also requires emotional control. Life will throw all kinds of emotions at you. Frustration, anger, sadness, disappointment. A mentally tough person learns to manage these emotions instead of being ruled by them. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but rather recognizing them, understanding their source, and choosing how to respond in a way that supports your goals. You develop the ability to stay calm and focused under pressure, which gives you a huge advantage in difficult situations. Another important aspect of mental toughness is discipline. Discipline is what turns mental toughness from an idea into action. It is the practice of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. The mentally tough person creates routines and habits that support their success and sticks to them regardless of mood or circumstance. This consistency builds momentum and helps you stay on track when motivation wanes. Mental toughness is built through adversity. The more you face challenges head on, the stronger your mental resilience becomes. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you prove to yourself that you are capable, and that strengthens your mindset for future challenges. This is why failure and setbacks are not the enemy. They are necessary training grounds for mental toughness. Without challenges, you never develop the grit needed to succeed at a high level. One way to cultivate mental toughness is by setting clear, challenging goals. When you have a purpose that drives you, it's easier to stay mentally strong because you have a reason to push through discomfort and obstacles. Goals give you direction and motivation, and they create a framework for your discipline and effort. Mental toughness grows when you commit fully to your goals and refuse to give up on them no matter what. Positive self-talk is another powerful tool for mental toughness. The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you can do shape your mindset. Mentally tough people replace negative, self-defeating thoughts with affirmations of strength, capability, and resilience. Instead of thinking, I can handle this, they say, I will get through this, and I will be better on the other side. This shift in thinking rewires your brain for success and keeps you moving forward. Mental toughness also means being willing to step outside your comfort zone regularly. Growth never happens when you stay safe and comfortable. When you challenge yourself to try new things, face fears, and push your limits, you expand your mental capacity and build confidence. Each time you do something difficult, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought, which reinforces your mental toughness. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is crucial for mental toughness well. While mental toughness is about inner strength, having a positive environment makes it easier to maintain. Encouragers, mentors, and like-minded peers can provide motivation, perspective, and accountability. They remind you of your goals when you feel we can help you stay committed during tough times. Rest and recovery are often overlooked, but essential components of mental toughness. Pushing hard without adequate rest leads to burnout, which weakens your mental resilience. Mentally tough individuals know when to push and when to pause to recharge. They prioritize sleep, nutrition, and mental breaks because they understand that a strong mind requires a healthy body and adequate recovery to perform at its best. Mental toughness is also about adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust your approach when faced with new challenges is vital. Being rigid or stubborn can lead to failure, while being flexible allows you to find new solutions and keep moving forward. Mentally tough people embrace change as part of the journey and see setbacks as detours rather than dead ends. In addition, mental toughness involves maintaining a long-term perspective. Success rarely happens overnight, and there will be times when progress feels slow or invisible. Mentally tough people keep their eyes on the bigger picture and don't let temporary setbacks derail their commitment. They understand that consistent effort over time compounds into massive results, and they remain patient and persistent. Accountability is another characteristic of mental toughness. It means taking full responsibility for your actions, choices, and results. Mentally tough people don't blame others or external circumstances when things go wrong. They own their mistakes, learn from them, and make adjustments to improve. This level of ownership builds confidence and resilience because it puts you in control of your life and your success. Lastly, mental toughness is about passion and purpose. When your reasons for pursuing a goal are deeply meaningful to you, it fuels your mental strength. Passion ignites your energy and commitment, while purpose gives you direction and meaning. Mentally tough people connect with their why and let that drive them through the hard time. This connection makes the struggle worthwhile and keeps them focused on the prize. In summary, mental toughness is the combination of resilience, self-belief, emotional control, discipline, adaptability, and purpose. It is developed over time through facing adversity, setting clear goals, practicing positive self-talk, and maintaining healthy habits. Mental toughness is what allows you to rise above challenges, stay focused on your mission, and push beyond limits. Without it, even the most talented and prepared individuals will struggle to reach their full potential. If you want to succeed in any area of life, building mental toughness must be a priority. It's not something that happens overnight, but with dedication and practice, anyone can develop it. Start by embracing challenges as opportunities to grow, committing to consistent action, and cultivating a positive mindset. Surround yourself with support, take care of your health, and never lose sight of your purpose. The stronger your mental toughness, the more unstoppable you become. And when you are unstoppable, there's nothing you cannot achieve. Waking up early and working hard is one of the most powerful habits you can develop on the road to success. It's more than just setting an alarm clock and getting out of bed before the sun rises. It's a mindset, a commitment to discipline, focus, and intentionality that separates those who achieve their goals from those who remain stuck in the same place. The early morning hours are a gift, a secret weapon that, when used correctly, can transform your productivity, your mindset, and ultimately your life. When you wake up early, you take control of your day before distractions and demands start to pull you in different directions. The world is quieter, the phone rings less, and the pace slows down. This environment allows you to focus deeply on your priorities, whether that's exercise, planning, learning, or working on your most important projects. Early risers often have an edge because they create momentum and progress before most people have even started their day. The discipline to wake up early is not easy. It requires you to prioritize your goals over temporary comfort. When your body wants to stay in bed, your mind has to be stronger and remind you of why you're doing it. This mental strength grows over time and becomes a habit that fuels all other areas of your life. Waking up early is a physical and mental practice that teaches you how to overcome resistance. The same resistance you'll face when chasing any big dream. Hard work is a natural companion to waking up early. It's not enough to simply rise with the sun if you don't commit to using that time productively. Hard work means putting in focus, consistent effort toward your goals. It means tackling difficult tasks, learning new skills, and pushing past fatigue and distractions. The combination of waking early and working hard creates a powerful cycle. Your early start gives you more time to work, and your hard work builds momentum that motivates you to keep waking early. One of the biggest advantages of waking up early and working hard is the ability to set the tone for your entire day. How you start your morning influences your energy, focus, and mindset for hours to come. Starting with intention and productivity builds confidence and reduces stress because you know you're making progress. This positive momentum often spills over into your interactions, decisions, and overall attitude throughout the day. Waking up early also provides the opportunity to engage in healthy routines that support your success. Many successful people use the early hours for exercise, meditation, journaling, or reading. These activities strengthen your body and mind, reduce stress, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. When you start your day with self-care and growth, you create a foundation that sustains your energy and focus throughout the day. Hard work requires more than just effort. It requires smart effort. Waking up early gives you the quiet time to plan, prioritize, and focus on high-impact activities. Instead of reacting to emails, social media, or urgent but less important tasks, you choose what deserves your attention. This strategic approach maximizes your productivity and helps you avoid burnout. Working hard without a plan can lead to wasted time and frustration. But when paired with early rising and clear priority, your hard work becomes laser focused and effective. The habit of waking early and working hard builds character and mental toughness. It teaches you persistence, patience, and resilience. There will be days when you don't feel motivated or when the bed feels extra warm. The decision to get up anyway strengthens your self-discipline and prepares you for bigger challenges. Over time, this habit creates a mindset of ownership. You take responsibility for your success and refuse to let excuses hold you back. Another benefit of waking early is that it often puts you ahead of the competition. While others are still sleeping or easing into their day, you're already making progress on your goals. This head start compounds over days, weeks, and months, creating a significant advantage. Success is rarely about sudden breakthroughs. It's the result of consistent small efforts done over time. Waking early and working hard allows you to accumulate those small wins and build unstoppable momentum. It's important to recognize early doesn't mean sacrificing your health or well-being. On the contrary, it requires good sleep hygiene and balance. Going to bed early, managing stress, and taking care of your body ensure you wake up refreshed and ready to perform. Poor sleep or overworking without rest will undermine your efforts and lead to burnout. True success comes from sustainable habits that support your mind and body, allowing you to perform at your best consistently. Waking up early also creates space for reflection and growth. The calm of the morning is a perfect time to review your goals, assess your progress, and adjust your plans. This regular self-reflection helps you stay aligned with your vision and make informed decisions. It's easy to get lost in the busyness of life, but morning routines centered on clarity and intention keep you grounded and focused on what truly matters. Incorporating this habit into your life requires commitment and patience. It won't happen overnight. Your body and mind will resist change, especially if you're used to staying up late and sleeping in. The key is to start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier each day until you reach your desired time. Create a nighttime routine that prepares you for restful sleep and be consistent even on weekends. Over time, waking early will become natural and enjoyable. Hard work paired with waking early also cultivates gratitude and humility. As you invest in your goals and see progress, you begin to appreciate the value of effort and persistence. You learn that success is not about luck or shortcuts, but about showing up every day and doing the work. This understanding keeps you humble and motivated to keep improving. It's also important to recognize that waking early and working hard is a choice, not a punishment. It's about reclaiming your power over your time and your future. When you decide to wake early, you're taking control of your life instead of letting circumstances dictate your path. This empowerment fuels confidence and courage, enabling you to face challenges with a positive and proactive mindset. Many successful people attribute their achievements to the habit of waking early and working hard. From CEOs and athletes to artists and entrepreneurs, this practice is a common thread. It's not about being perfect or never missing a day. It's about the commitment to try again each morning, to keep moving forward even when it's tough, and to honor your goals with daily action. In conclusion, waking up early and working hard is a game changer. It's a powerful habit that unlocks time, focus, and energy. It builds discipline, mental toughness, and momentum. It creates space for growth, reflection, and self-care. It sets the tone for a successful day and a fulfilling life. If you want to elevate your performance, reach your goals, and live with purpose, start by mastering your mornings. Wake up early, work hard, and watch your life transform one day at a time. Patience and persistence are two of the most essential qualities you can develop on your journey towards success. They are the steady forces that keep you moving forward when immediate results are not visible, when progress feels slow, and when obstacles seem never-ending. Patience and persistence work hand in hand. Patience allows you to endure the waiting, and persistence ensures you never stop trying. Together, they form the backbone of every meaningful achievement. In a world that values speed and instant gratification, patience often feels like a lost art. We want success to come quickly, and when it doesn't, frustration can set in. The truth is, most worthwhile goals require time to develop. Whether you're building a business, mastering a skill, or improving your health, the process is rarely linear or fast. Patience means accepting that growth takes time and that setbacks are part of the journey. It means trusting that your consistent efforts will pay off, even if you can't see the results right away. Persistence is the active counterpart to patience. It's the refusal to quit, the determination to keep pushing even when progress stalls or obstacles arise. Persistence is what keeps you working after failure, after rejection, and after disappointment. It's the mindset of those who say, I haven't succeeded yet, but I will, rather than I can't do this. Without persistence, patience can become passive waiting. With persistence, patience becomes powerful endurance. Together, patience and persistence create a resilient mindset. They prepare you to face the inevitable challenges that come with pursuing big goals. No matter how talented or prepared you are, setbacks will occur. You might experience failure, criticism, or moments of doubt. Patience helps you accept these moments without giving up, while persistence motivates you to learn, adjust, and try again. This combination turns obstacles into opportunities and failure into feedback. One of the most important lessons about patience and persistence is understanding that success is rarely immediate. People who achieve lasting success have usually invested years of hard work, learning, and refinement. They faced countless failures and disappointments, but kept going. Their stories teach us that progress often happens in small, almost invisible steps that accumulate over time. This is why patience is critical. It keeps you committed when you can't see the full picture yet. Persistence requires a clear vision and strong motivation. When you know why you're pursuing a goal, your purpose and passion, it's easier to keep going despite difficulties. Your why fuels persistence. It gives you a reason to get up and try again after setbacks. It reminds you that temporary struggles are part of a bigger plan. Without a strong purpose, it's easy to lose focus and give up when faced with obstacles. Patience and persistence also teach you to appreciate the process rather than just the outcome. Instead of obsessing over quick results, you learn to value daily effort, learning, and improvement. This mindset shift reduces stress and burnout because you stop tying your self-worth to immediate success. You begin to see growth as a journey, and every small step forward becomes a victory. Building patience takes practice. It requires slowing down your expectations and learning to manage frustration. One way to cultivate patience is by setting realistic goals and breaking them into smaller milestones. Celebrate each milestone as progress. This approach helps you see that success is achievable through steady work. It also prevents overwhelm by focusing your attention on manageable steps rather than the entire journey at once. Persistence requires building habits and routines that support your goals. It's not just about willpower or motivation, which can fluctuate, but about creating systems that make it easier to keep going. For example, setting a daily schedule, tracking progress, and having accountability partners can all strengthen persistence. These tools help you stay consistent even when motivation wanes. Patience and persistence also involve learning from failure instead of fearing it. Failure is often seen as a stopping point, but in reality, it's a critical part of growth. Each failure teaches you what doesn't work and brings you closer to what will. Persistent people use failure as a guide, adjusting their approach and trying again with new knowledge. This resilience is what separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up. Another important aspect is managing your mindset during setbacks. Patience helps you stay calm and composed instead of reacting with anger or despair. Persistence keeps you moving forward rather than retreating. Together, they create emotional stability and mental strength, allowing you to face difficulties with clarity and confidence. Patience and persistence also build character and integrity. They require honesty with yourself about your progress and a commitment to keep your promises to yourself. When you persist, you demonstrate self-discipline and responsibility. When you practice patience, you show wisdom and maturity. These qualities not only help you reach your goals, but also earn the respect and trust of others. It's important to remember that patience does not mean passivity or waiting for things to happen. True patience is active. It's about working steadily, learning, and adapting while waiting for results. Similarly, persistence is not blind stubbornness. It's about being flexible and open to change while maintaining commitment to your core goals. Together, they form a balanced approach that combines endurance with strategic action. Sometimes, patience and persistence require stepping back to reassess your strategy. If you keep trying the same thing and it's not working, persistence means adjusting your approach rather than giving up entirely. Patience allows you to give your new strategies time to take effect. This dynamic process of trying, failing, adjusting, and persisting is the hallmark of successful people. Patience and persistence are also contagious. When others see your steady commitment and refusal to quit, they are inspired. Your example can motivate friends, family, and colleagues to develop these qualities themselves. This ripple effect can create a supportive environment where perseverance becomes a shared value. Incorporating patience and persistence into your life requires mindfulness and self-awareness. Notice when impatience or discouragement arise and practice techniques to manage these feelings, such as deep breathing, reflection, or reframing your thoughts. Build your persistence by setting small, achievable daily tasks and celebrating your consistency. Over time, these practices strengthen your capacity to endure and push forward. Ultimately, patience and persistence empower you to navigate the unpredictable nature of life and success. They give you the strength to withstand delays, setbacks, and criticism. They transform obstacles into stepping stones and make your journey meaningful. When you cultivate these qualities, you develop an unshakable foundation that supports your dreams and turns them into reality. No matter what you're pursuing, remember that success is not a sprint, but a marathon. Patience and persistence are your most reliable companions on this journey. They ensure that when others give up, you keep going. They guarantee that your efforts, no matter how small, accumulate into significant achievement. And they teach you that the greatest rewards come not just from the destination, but from the relentless pursuit itself. So embrace patience and persistence fully. Trust the process and commit to your path with unwavering resolve. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep striving. Because with patience and persistence, there is no limit to what you can accomplish.